Hi guys, welcome back to Glam Class. So today I'm going to be creating this really pretty black smoky eye, which is perfect for like New Year's Eve or if you are going on a night out. So I'm going to start with filling in my eyebrows, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. I use the shade Blonde because I find that it's got more of an ashy undertone to it, which is what I prefer for my eyebrows. So if you are looking for something like that, this is a really good shade. And I'm just using a MAC angled brush to fill them in, and then I'm taking concealer. This is the Sephora concealer, and I'm using that just to sort of carve out underneath my brows, just to make them look a bit sharper. And then I'm also going to take that concealer and run it down all over the eyelid, just to use that as a primer. And also it's really good to cover any sort of redness, or sometimes you can see like little veins in my eyes, so I just like to use it to make sure that's covered up. And also it's just really important to use a base when you are applying eyeshadow. I'm then going to use a clear eyebrow gel just to set the eyebrow hairs in place. I just like to brush them upwards to give the effect of more of a full sort of brow. So then going on to the eyeshadow, I'm using this little palette by Bobbi Brown. I'm not sure if it has a name, but I will list it down below. And I'm going to take this no, that's not what I meant. I'm going to take this cream coloured matte eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that to set the concealer that I applied. It's really important to set primers or concealers if you are using them as an eye base, because otherwise you will find it really difficult to blend out the eyeshadows that you are using. So I just take it on a flat brush and then use like a patting motion. And so I'm going to take the top right shade, it's like a sort of nudie coloured eyeshadow. I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush and start blending that through my crease. I'm going to use this as my transition shade because I am using black eyeshadow, and it is really important that you do use a transition shade. I will go into more detail about that in a second. I'm then going to take this shade, which is more of a cool tone rosy nude colour, and I'm just going to blend that through the crease as well on a fluffy brush. This is a MAC 224 brush that I'm using. So I'm going to go in with the black eyeshadow that came in the palette. It is a matte eyeshadow, which I would say is more preferable for this look. So I like to start really close to the lash line and then gradually build up, applying the colour closer to the crease. Just be mindful that you don't want to go too high into the crease, because that's when it can start to look a little bit messy. And you just want to keep going back and forth. Really take your time with it, and less is always more, because you can keep applying more if you feel like you need it. Just go back and forth and really take your time and just do it gradually, step by step. Change your brushes. You can see here I'm using a smaller brush to get more into the crease and define it a bit more, and then I'll go back in with my fluffy brush and that rosy nude colour just to help to blend out the black. So annoyingly I lost the rest of the footage for the eye look, but all I did was apply this MAC pressed pigment all over the lid and then buffed some of the black eyeshadow on my lower lash line. So I'm going to move on to the face makeup now. I did apply my foundation off camera. I used the Nars All Day Luminous, I think it's called, foundation. Now I'm going on to concealer, and I'm using this one from Sephora. It does look really light compared to the colour of my face, but once you blend it out, it does look really nice. And because it's evening makeup, I wanted it to be a bit more dramatic. So I'm going to go in and blend that all out with my damp beauty blender. To set my concealer, I'm going to use the Mercier translucent powder. Normally I'd apply this on a damp beauty blender and do baking, but today I tried something different and just applied it with a brush, and I really liked the way it came out. And for bronzer, I'm going to take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep and just apply that along my cheekbones and around the outer perimeter of my face. Contour, I'm going to take the shade on the left hand side of this Smashbox contour kit, and I'm going to use the contour end of the Kat Von D brush just to really gently contour my face, nothing too harsh. And then for highlight, I'm going to go in with this new highlighter from MAC. It's in the shade Double Gleem, and it is literally the best highlighter I have used to date. And then I'm just applying that on my cheekbones, the inner corner of my eyes, the brow bone, and just a little bit down the centre of my nose. And then I did apply some lashes. These are the Huda Beauty lashes in the shade in the style Giselle. And then I'm just lining my lips with the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in Iconic Nude. And then over the top of that, I'm going to go in with the MAC lipstick in the shade Cherish and just applying a really light touch of this. So this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.